I have a good news and a bad news for you. The bad news is time flies, and the good news is that you are the pilot. Hello, my dear learners. Welcome to the channel. My name is Namita, and today I'm asking you not to study English. Yes, you heard it right. I'm telling you all to stop studying English. Now, many of you would be shocked, ma'am, what are you saying? Our goal is to become fluent in English, and you're telling us to stop studying English? Yes, I'm asking you to not study English as a subject. You are studying English as a subject just like you did in your school. You had exams to appear for, you wanted good marks, so you would study different subjects, literally study them. You would learn question answers, you would read the chapters, you would cram a lot of words, you would cram a lot of answers, the long ones, the short ones. You would put in a lot of hard work just because you had to appear for an examination. But right now, your goal is to speak English fluently and confidently, but you are still studying it as a subject. This is not the right approach. Then, what is the right approach? We will talk about it, but before that, let's take an example of your mothers who cook delicious food at home, or your grandmothers, your wives, your sisters, whoever are in charge of kitchen at your home, and they make good food. Now, no matter how much you like junk or how much you like to eat outside the street food, nothing can actually beat home cooked hygienic food, isn't it? We all love the home cooked food. So if we talk about the ladies 20-25 years back, when there was not this much of advancement in technology, when they could not Google a recipe or they could not watch a YouTube video for learning a recipe, how would they cook? A girl who would get married, the bride, when she would come to her in-laws' home, then cooking was a responsibility she had to perform. She might not have cooked at her parents' home, so cooking was a new thing. How would she learn different recipes? She learned it by cooking more, obviously, because immediately when you enter the kitchen for the first time, you don't know a lot about it, and they did not have a lot of recipes back then. So something, the little bit that they knew, their mothers told them, they would use their own understanding, and over the years with experience, now they are cooking such amazing, such tasty, such mouth-watering dishes, isn't it? So how did it happen? They did not watch videos. Now suppose you want your mother to cook a new cuisine, to try her hands at a new cuisine, maybe Italian food. You want her to cook pizza. You make her sit in front of the screen and watch a lot of recipes for any dish. You make her watch a lot of Nisha Madhulika, a lot of Kavita's kitchen, a lot of Kanak's kitchen videos, a lot of MasterChef videos, and never allow them to go to the kitchen. Just watch recipes. Bring them recipe books and tell them to learn different ingredients and read different recipes and watch pictures of a lot of recipes and see other people cooking, but never make them go to kitchen and actually cook it. What will happen? Would the dish be ever cooked? It won't, because to cook anything you actually have to go to the kitchen. You cannot just study a recipe, learn different ingredients, just read all the steps and become a cook. To become a cook, you have to get to the kitchen, try your hands at different formulas and different ingredients and different combinations, and then only you get to cook a lot of food. These women learned a lot over the years. They now, with experience, they know that when you add tomatoes, if you sprinkle a little salt on it, then the tomatoes start sweating. Or they know that to cook this particular lentils, they have to pressure cook it and give it 6 whistles. How much a chana will take gram, how much kidney beans, rajma will take for other different moong dal and all of that. Now they know everything. They know which combination to try, what kind of gravy, how will they make this sweet dish, how this, that. They have tried their hands at different cuisines. Now this is something which came by actually cooking. They learned it themselves, and that is why I always insist on learning by doing. Now this is an absolutely original idea of mine to make you understand, but I know ultimately it gets copied and someone else will be telling you now about the recipe and this. But this is something which I realized while I was cooking in the kitchen, that our mothers never had access to technology and they learned it on their own. But if you just make them sit and learn recipes, they would not be able to cook. You do it for yourself. You watch a Nisha Madhulika recipe or any other recipe, and then you go try cooking it. You'll make a lot of goof ups, and the taste might not turn out to be the same as you expected. The next time you'll cook better. This is how it happens. You have to try your hands at different combinations, and then only you get able to cook something wonderful for yourself. So just like cooking, for English also, you actually have to speak. You can't just be cramming vocabulary, studying grammar rules and learning different words and doing this and that. It won't help. You are not here to do a PhD. If any one of you is planning to go for an honors in English, or pursue masters in English or PhD in English, or you're appearing for an IELTS exam, then it's a different thing. Of course, you have to study English as a subject. If you're a teacher, you have to teach other students, then you have to study it as a subject. But for a normal person, a student, professional, anyone who is working in multinational, you need to be fluent in English so that you can keep yourself updated with the current scenario. It is now a language which everybody should know. Whether you are in your own business or whether you are working somewhere with other company, you should know English, because it's a personality trait now which is necessary. That is your goal, but you are getting it into a subject. There is no need for it. Just like we did with cooking, we did not get into learning the recipes. We immediately got into the kitchen and started cooking. Same, even if you don't know about the recipe, but you know the basics. You know the basics because you've studied English as a subject in school. You've passed it in your board examination. So that is why you definitely know the basics. Now you can simply be fluent just by following the basics and start to speak in English. So again, I would repeat, don't learn English as a subject. Rather, use English to learn different skills. Use it as a medium. Don't get stuck into English. Suppose if you are interested in cooking, you love experimenting with food, you want to learn more cooking, then you use English to watch different recipes or to read different recipes. Use English to learn different recipes. Like you can learn some ingredients in English, like what do you call dhania in English? We call it coriander. What we call methi, it is fenugreek. Hing is asafoetida. Haldi is turmeric. So this is what you can do. You can use English to learn a skill. Cooking is a skill. Speaking in English is also a skill. Studying English literature, English grammar as a subject is something else. You want to acquire the skill. You are interested in taking piano lessons, or you want to learn guitar. Use English as the medium to learn guitar. How do you play it? Take lessons from there. You want to learn about any other sport. Use English as a medium to understand that sport more. You're interested in DIY and craft videos. Use English as a medium to learn that craft. Are you getting what I'm saying? I'm saying that use English to acquire different skills. Don't get into English and make it complicated. You don't have to study English as a subject. You have to use English as a skill to learn other skills. That will be the best approach to learn English. If you are not doing PhD, then you don't have to dissect English into different parts. Stop doing that. You are just wasting your time a lot. You've already wasted a lot of time. Your last year's goal was also to become fluent in English. Then last year also you wanted the same. From many years you want to become fluent in English, and still you just want to become fluent in English. What's the point carrying it forward? Just use it, just acquire the skill and get over with it. It is as simple as that. So this year you are going to simply understand English. You are going to practice English and just speak whatever comes to your mouth or your mind or any other skill. I've made so many videos already on it, how to practice. Start practicing. Initially, do it as try balls and then go with your sixers and fours and all of that. It is as simple as that. So yes, this video was all about telling you to not study English as a subject, acquire it as a skill. It is a skill, and for doing or acquiring any skill, you have to practice it more. You don't have to get into the theoretical part of it. Practice it more and you'll be fluent this year only. Promise yourself that this year you have to be fluent. You will not carry it forward to the next year, and see the results for yourself. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself. Keep practicing your English. Bye bye for now.